17:1, Jewish posture in praying was towards heaven and is mirrored in that passage. John 17:7-8, where Jesus says he got his words from the Father, would not have been put in as a fiction because it has historical veracity, due to the fact that if John wanted to prove that Jesus is God, he would not have put that in. A specific name mentioned, Malchus, where he had his ear cut off, is an unlikely invention in John 8:10. The fact that the name is given shows that people would have known who that person was at that time. Sapphira's father-in-law was mentioned, Annas, and this is in John 18:13. In John 18:15, the writer John says that the high priest knew him. This would be an unlikely invention. Annas, when he questioned Jesus' teaching and disciples, makes sense, because he would have been concerned about civil unrest, etc. in John 18:19. The relative Malchus, the high priest's servant who had his ear cut off, would not have been made up in John 18:26. It would have also undermined John's credibility if he would have made that up. In John 18:28, Pilate is trying to take a middle road between keeping both Rome and the Jews in good spirits, as it were. He'd already upset the Jews quite a lot and upset his authorities quite a lot with some of his strong-handed tactics before with the Jews. So it fits the historical perspective that he was trying to go a middle way. In John 19:12, if you let this man go, you were no friend of Caesar. Anyone who claims to be a king opposes Caesar. In Philo's book, to Gaius, 38, verse 301 to 302, Philo shows that the Jews pressurized Pilate in a similar way. The Antonia fortress we find in John 19:13 that soldiers did do various gambling games, and it's not unreasonable to think that they did cast lot for Jesus' garments in John 19:24. In John 19:15, we have no king but Caesar, who seems to be historical reliable. It shows that this information goes prior to AD 70. They would not have said we have no king but Caesar after AD 70. So it shows it's early historical information. The crucifixion of Jesus in John 19:17-30 can be found in Josephus, Tacitus, Lucian, and Jewish Talmud. John 19:17, the victims of crucifixion did carry the crossbeams.